Welcome to Horticulture, where a group of extension professionals and plant people talk about the business, production, and joy of planting seeds and helping them grow. Join us as we explore the culture of horticulture.
Welcome back to another episode with your favorite brunette plant people with
Another
lots of hair.
An all-girl power episode.
All-girl power hour. I'm here for it. This is pretty much normal conversation for Jessica and I. It's just to like talk about plants and bugs and all that kind of stuff.
Bebop around about things.
Right, bebop around. Listen, I love the term bebop. I just bebopping around. I just bebopped around. Like, I use it in very serious conversations, and I think it throws people sometimes.
I talked to you yesterday about bebopping around making coffee and totally forgetting about a meeting that I had. And I was just like bebopping around the office.
The coffee was the most important thing. And then you drank the coffee and you were like, oh my gosh, I have a meeting.
I wrote it on the wrong day, but it all worked out. Everything worked out.
It's all good. It's all fine. Yeah, it's all fine. But here's your permission, listener, to use the term bebopping. If you should so choose, we're going to bring it back. We're bringing back.
We're going to make that work. Fetch. Fetch might not work, but we're making bebop work.
It's never going to happen, Gretchen. Shout out to all my millennials out there.
Yeah. Elder millennials here.
Yeah,
I am.
Where we're at.
Middle age. I'm elder.
An elder millennial. I think I'm exactly millennial. Like,
right.
Just right there.
I think I am actually millennial.
I'm not a cusp. There. I'm not a elder. I am just.
Yeah, I'm really not on the edge either. I'm just.
I'm existing in this world of pre-internet / now I know how to convert things into PDFs and drinking out of the hose and all that kind of stuff. I saw
all
funny
the things.
I saw funny
no cell phones.
No cell phones.
Nope.
So your first
social
cell phone.
Media.
Yeah. Oh yes, the good old days of MySpace.
Only could be on Facebook if you were in college with a college email.
Yep. Good times.
Dating ourselves.
It's fine. I do it occasionally. We have a new person on our team. We'll have to have Gabe on here sometime, but new person on CCD team, Gabe, and he is Gen Z, and it is I date myself quite often. Brett and I both date ourselves quite often with our Gen Z coworkers. But it's fine. It's all right. They don't make fun of us to our face. So
Ray really dates himself. We haven't talked about Ray yet, but he dates himself because he dates himself makes you think he's like the 1800s.
Yeah, exactly. Ray dates himself, and you're like, are you a vampire? I'm confused.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, Daddy used to hand saw these logs, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
You're not that old. I don't.
Right. Yeah, that's what I always get confused about too. But then at the same time, Ray is super tech.
Yes.
And he will tell me things about.
He rebuilds motherboards, and sometimes he'll say something to me expecting me as a millennial to understand. I'm like, I don't know
what you're talking about. I don't understand.
Wasn't there a president or somebody who said, if the end of the world comes, I want to be in Kentucky because it won't happen for 4 more years or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
That must be where Ray's coming from, except in the hollers of Appalachia, it's 10 to 15 years, maybe 100. I guess it depends which holler you're in.
Yep.
We say that with love.
Appalachia.
We do. We love you, and we're glad you exist. And all of your lore of Appalachia, which we should do a whole episode on. Just
that would
Appalachia
be cool.
Lore. Yeah. But today we're doing something more fun. Well, I mean, honestly, though, what can be more fun than Appalachia lore? But we are doing something fun, and we're going to play 20 questions plant style. And Jessica and I are going to answer. I've got a list of 20 questions, which, depending on how excited we get about each question, maybe 10 or 12 or 13.
See how far we go with this.
We'll see how far we get. But I do have a list of 20 questions that are all plant focused, and I'm going to move them so that I can see them on the screen, and I am excited. So, Jessica, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So, question number 1. Some of these are more personal. Some of them are just general. So, question 1, what plant or growing experience first made you feel like, yep, this is my thing?
Oh. Well, we can go way back.
Go way back in our way back time machines.
Okay. I used to think plants were boring and not like cool. And I ended up doing a bunch of like science projects because my dad thought plants were cool. And so I did like different plant roots and got to go in a greenhouse and realized like I love trees. And then when I was in college, my first true job was working at the horticulture research farm. And I actually thought of this the other day, and I don't know why, but I went to that first day of work, and I remember coming back home to my parents' house, and I was like, "This is the worst job ever. I do not wanna go back. They made me steak tomatoes. What the heck is this? Like, I am not." I
And
like
look at you now.
And look at me now.
Steak and tomatoes.
Steak and tomatoes. And, but yeah, I did that, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I really my whole life have really, like, loved nature and all that," and it
Mhm.
kinda came together in that moment, and then
Mhm.
I took, like, a plant ID class, and
Mhm.
then that's what, like, actually, like, sealed the deal for me. I was like, "This is it." Like, it's been around me my whole life that I really
Yeah.
plant things.
Yeah.
So
Mine's somewhat similar in that you've been around it and a random job. So, my mom was a big plant person. Like she she knew the Latin names of trees, right? Like she was that nerd. And and I was always the one like mixing up, leaves in the woods and
yes, yes, did
using
that.
leaves as band-aids and thinking I was just like so cool.
Mhm.
I don't know how I probably didn't get some crazy infection, but anyways, um I always had a garden. Mom always had like a big rose garden and, general gardens anyway. So you're around it and like appreciated plants, but I don't think I knew what type of jobs were available, which was like the big thing. And so one summer, like before I started at UK in college, I worked at Lowe's in the lawn and garden section, and which is not always common at at Lowe's, the head of the plant department, and did all the ordering and stuff. Actually, he's an older guy, and John, good old John, and he knew a lot about plants. Had some background, had been working in the industry for his entire life, and this was just his like post retirement job. And so he would walk me around as we were like moving plants around, and just start talking about these plants. Oh, and this does this, and blah blah blah, and smell it, and blah blah, and started telling me about all the things you could do if you knew about plants and had a degree. And I was like, immediately, yes, this is what I've been missing. This is where I need to be. So I was going to breed some rice or something, some sort of grain that was going to save the world, and then quickly realized I am not good at chemistry. So so I am no longer breeding things, and by no
Well,
longer I mean I
hey,
never did, but
I was gonna have, like, this big old plant nursery slash agritourism business, but instead doing it more of a different roundabout way, so
But we got here. We got to the
we got
plants.
here.
We got where we needed to go. Okay, so question 2. What's a plant you love professionally but would never grow at home, and why? Plant you love
That's
professionally
a
but would
hard one, I have to think about that.
Yeah. I feel like it'll be a landscape plant. No, you know what it'll be is fruit. I probably will never grow apples at home.
Mm,
Like, I love the idea, or grapes. Grapes is a perfect one. I will, as much as I like really want to grow like a table grape, I know what it takes to grow them, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. Like the raccoons are gonna get them, or they're just gonna get moldy. But like, I love them. I think they're beautiful. And bonus, you can eat the things if you take care of them. Lots of cool things that go in with grapes and the breeding and the research and the rootstock and blah 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 blah. But I'm not gonna do it.
right. Yeah, thinking along that line, which I do have pressure to do this now, I would probably say, like, a peach trees. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
do have apple trees, and they are terrible, to be honest. Uh, but my son likes to say he's a peach eater, and he keeps asking me to grow peach trees,
Mm,
but that's something I would probably not grow or attempt to grow just because the variability with it and all
yeah,
the
had to
things,
be in
but
like the perfect location, but at least it'd be pretty.
yeah, it would be pretty.
It blooms all pretty
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Question 3. What is the biggest misconception people have about what you do in horticulture?
It's really hard to explain what we do.
It is. And often people are like, horticulture? And I'm like, I study plants. I talk to people about plants.
Right. It gets real, like, we had a fire department Christmas dinner the other day, and somebody asked me what I did, and I always start off, I'm like, oh, do you know what cooperative extension is? And they're like, yes or no, right?
Yeah.
Or if they say yes, I'm like, do you know what 4-H is? And then they'll be like, yes or no, right?
Yeah.
If they know what 4-H is, then I can lead into it. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I do these similar things with the community, but all plant related,
Mm-hmm.
and then give some examples. But if they don't know any of that, it's like, I work with plants and help farmers and help, like, I'm a helpful plant helper.
What's the biggest misconception people think you do?
The
one thing that I think most people are confused about is that I put in landscapes, and it's like, no, I'm not a landscaper.
People think landscape design. Mm-hmm. Like, I should be able to design their landscape, or I should be able to do floral design. Mm-hmm. You can do that. But people think automatically, because I have a horticulture degree, that I could make beautiful floral arrangements.
Different things,
and
people.
That
Different
is
things.
Not the case. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's, I think, a big one. People are like, oh yeah, so can you like help me design my garden bed? And I'm like, you don't want to see my garden bed. It's just like random plants that I like. There's no rhyme or reason, and I stick them together. Like,
do they not know the anxiety that we share about trying to decide where to put something in a blank slate, and how we
my gosh,
can't do it?
We can't. We're like, I guess I'm planting more along the fence again because I don't know where to put this.
That's where everything goes, because it's too overwhelming to start a flower bed or a design.
Yep. I starting like the farm was not overly, I mean, it was a little difficult because you still want to be like efficient, but it's kind of this like massive thing. You need a lot of space. There's usually not a ton of options for, it has to be close to water and flat. Like that wasn't as big of a deal. But like, yeah, putting in like a small little garden bed, I'm like, oh God, where do I put it?
I had my little native magnolia tree. I carried that all around this big empty yard and field, and placed it in different spots, and would come back and just stare at it, and then like go in my house and like peep out at it from the house in the distance. And I'm like, is that the right spot? And then I'd move it again. And my husband's like, what are you doing? Just plant it.
Yeah. I can't pick it.
Like,
I can't.
I
don't know how. Okay. Number 4, what gardening or farming rule do you think deserves to be broken more often?
Gardening or farming rule?
I would say gardening or farming rule. It's like I can think of 100 rules, but I'm like, no, rules are meant to be followed.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Same.
But I also know I probably break a ton of rules. I think just plant what you like. Like, it doesn't have to be, yes, it's nice to have like a really well designed, like themed area. Like I fully support that. But also, like, if you see a cool plant and you can afford to and want to plant it, just buy it, just put it in, like make it your home. Just like the inside of your house is hopefully like homey and reflects you. Like, your garden bed should do the same. So I wouldn't, again, coming from me is probably not the best advice, but I wouldn't plan too much. Like, as long as things fit, like, don't plant a tree right against your house.
Right.
And, those types. Don't plant a poisonous plant where your kids can get to it, obviously. But like, if you like the plant, buy it and just put it in a bed. Who cares?
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's going to match or not.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I've unintentionally have created a flower bed that is like almost all purple. Unintentionally.
Right. But that's like, you like purple. So that's
apparently I like purple, and it's just becoming more purple. Yeah. But there's purple, and I planted red flowers next to those purple flowers. And it is what it is. There were flowers there. It was pretty.
I just want pretty things most of the year, and if I like it, I buy it. What's that Ariana Grande song?
Yeah,
I want it. I like it. I bought it, or I got it. Whatever it is. Obviously, I am not the one, and we don't want to get sued. So So yes, just buy it if you like it and put it next to things, even if you don't think it'll match.
Yeah, even if it doesn't go together.
It's for you. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Okay. Question 5. What plant has taught you the most patience?
Well, before we started this episode, we were talking about orchids.
I was going to say orchids too.
And I was just sharing that. I was like, well, my orchids from Hawaii, well, they're dead now. But yeah, the orchids. One of my orchids I got in Hawaii did bloom once, but it was like 4 years later after I had it. And I guess the stars aligned. Don't ask me how to pronounce it. We all know I have I have trouble pronouncing normal Latin names of plants. So I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this orchid's name. But it did bloom and it was beautiful. And then it never did anything again. And my Hawaiian orchids are dead.
Did it start with a D?
No, it started with an O.
Oh, it was one of those ones.
Yeah.
It's like oxalipedum or
yeah, there you go. That's
something
it.
like that.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, orchids. Some people just have a gift, and
They do.
It is not me. The only orchid I've had rebloom, somebody gave me a bunch and they had done them in these like moss balls and had hung them up for it. Was a florist and she had used them for an event.
What are those called? Are those called?
Kokedama?
Yeah.
So she had done those and like bought blooming orchids and then made them. And she was like, I have so many, I can't do anything with them. And I was like, just give them, I'll take them, whatever. And they bloomed again in the moss balls that I just like left in a tray and hit with some water occasionally. And then when I repotted them with a beautiful orchid pot with the orchid bark and the, all of the things, died. Done.
Yeah.
So I still have one left and it's fine. So I guess
I've only been successful with the Phalaenopsis and kind of just letting it stay in its pot and do its own thing.
Patience. Yep.
But it's really funny because to think about like what plants you're successful with and what you're not, because I would look at you as my fellow plant lover friend and think like Alexis can grow anything. Right? But then like we like talk to each other about what we
all have at least one plant that we just cannot grow.
Or that's like super easy. And I need to tell you this because this will not like that'll make you happy. But one of my air plants is dead.
Yes, it's not just me.
And it's the big one. So I think it's just the big ones. I think they all die.
I've killed them all. I've literally never. I think that's a question coming up here in a second. So we'll save that. Okay, so. Sorry. We must be getting a package. Or the wind blew. Welcome to the life of the corgi. So let's see. What plant has taught you the most patience? Okay, number 6. If you had to build an entire garden or farm around one plant, what would it be?
So one plant?
Yeah, like not that you have to only plant the one thing, but it's your inspo plant. It's I have to have it. It's my anchor is the way I'm understanding it. Like, yeah.
Because then that makes me feel like it should be like some sort of shrub or like a tree and then go from there like as an anchor, right? Like, so I have my baby bur oak, it's just called bur oak, but I call it baby bur oak. But like ideally, once I am old and my children have grown like this huge oak tree, coming up around everything would be beautiful. My other anchor plants that I have to start off, I would say, would be like all my daffodils I have planted that are like natural. I'm trying to have them like all naturalized.
Yes.
And then that kind of plays into like the more, let's just say cottage garden because we're just throwing things out there and making it whimsical and
love it.
Stuff like that.
Cottage
so those would be
vibes.
Like my anchor plants, how I would think about it.
Yeah. I'm thinking like Jessica and I, neither of us have been in our homes for too long, but long enough to have made a dent in our landscaping. So when we got here and this little farmhouse, the whole front beds, all that was in them was knockout roses, Stella de Oro daylilies, and liriope, also known as monkey grass, or what else? Lorope. It said a bunch of different ways. Anyways, literally all things I hate. And that is not, I'm not coming at anybody who likes those. If you love those, and what did we say? If you like it, plant it, proud of you. I dug every single thing out because I hate all of them personally. And thinking about what I planted in their stead, like the first things I planted hellebores because I wanted something in winter that was just like, gave me some excitement and something to look forward to in like February when I'm just like, God, is this ever going to be over? And they're just so hardy. So I planted hellebores, and I planted what else did I plant? Oh, I planted a peony from my home I grew up in. So I dug out a piece of that and planted that. And honestly, I think peonies are a really good one because they're really hardy and they bloom and they're pretty, and then you kind of don't ever have to worry about them. And so peonies are just like a great anchor plant. And then what's the other thing I planted? Oh, I planted a ginkgo, and it's actually a dwarf little like sort of looks like it should be bonsai, but it's not. It's just a dwarf ginkgo. And I planted that and I bought it. I got married under a ginkgo tree, so that's why. But I would love to plant a big ginkgo. I just couldn't afford one at the time. So that's the plant I bought.
Peony is a great one, right?
Right?
Like that, like that's one of those like past heirloom. Like you said, like you brought it from your old house. Like I brought peonies from our house, peonies that were like at our farm, at our garden that I took to where we used to live. Then I took them back again to this house, and then like other families have got some from their houses. So those are a good one.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Question 7. What's a trend in the plant world you're excited about and one you're skeptical of? Plant trends
that I'm excited about.
I am skeptical of some of the trends of the newer breeding that has been done. And skeptical doesn't mean I don't believe it. I just, as a plant person, I got to look at it. They're doing like some breeding to get plants that have never like thrived in our zone, like certain shrubs and stuff. I'm like blanking on the one I just looked at, that they're like suddenly cold hardy.
Right.
And I'm like, if it's just something to be aware of, like when you go to the store and you think this plant would never used to survive here, whether it's too cold or too hot. That's the other thing too. Like these hybrids, I'm just like, it might live, but will it thrive? That's always my question. Like, I don't want it to just like barely be hanging on. Yes. So I always am skeptical of things that I'm like, you maybe shouldn't be here. That's one thing I'm always skeptical of.
I instantly went for like skeptical wise, like on social media, you see a lot of like plant people, like them sharing I spray this on my plants for
yes, totally
bugs. And it's like all these things mixed together that I'm like, wait a minute. Like, if you overdo that just slightly, are you going to end up frying your plant?
Right.
And also, should you really be spraying that stuff around like willy-nilly,
Yeah. Yep.
That's why you need to contact your local extension office, and we are happy to help you make proper recommendations.
Totally.
When it comes to those things. So I get like real skeptical about like that. Or like you said, I have seen where they're like recommending a lot of, it's again like more on social media, like, oh, these apricot plants are going to bloom and you're going to get to harvest all of this. Or like sometimes they have like the grafted.
Oh my gosh, the like 4-way graft trees.
Yes, the 4-way graft trees
that have been around forever. And I'm just like, I do, like, in theory, I get it. And I have grafted plants, but also this is not practical. It's not possible. I don't believe it.
Right.
We should do a whole episode on like sketchy plants.
Sketchy plants, plant myths, like the whole, don't even get started about the whole like Epsom salt, all of those kind of plant myth things. So, but what are you excited about? I know we talked about this on a previous podcast, but now I have seen videos of it. Is the watering, like using the backpack, the camping shower for watering. That's kind of cool. I'm trying to think other plants I'm excited about
Plant
though.
trends. I think I'm just excited that people are excited about plants. Like the trend of like houseplant parents and like people saying like houseplants are the new pets because pets are the new kids. Like I'm here for that life. Like that people want more natural things, you know, whether it doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be the super rare, like go to Kroger, Walmart, where whatever box store you want and you see a plant that you like and want to take care of it. And like I am here for that trend. It's like post-COVID is still going, seems to still be going strong, and I love it.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to one of the firefighters that works with my husband who has started listening to us because he has decided to go on this whole plant journey and has grow light setups and like all sorts of things going on. So same, people being very excited.
I think
about
I just like that I can talk about plants with more people who I wouldn't normally.
Right. And then
exactly,
like
unfortunately,
a
random firefighter. Yeah.
Unfortunately, now those people I'm just like, hey, check out this plant video. Hey, have you been to this greenhouse? Hey, you let me know that you like plants. So now I'm gonna like send you things. Now
you're getting all the videos from me. Yes. Okay. So then where are we? Question 8. Oh, this is a good one. What's the most humbling plant failure you've ever had? Where are you humbled? Mine is the air plants. I can't keep it alive. I've tried so many. I've tried different ones. I did keep one available that you gave me, Jessica. It was a big one. I did keep it alive for I think almost a whole year or around a year, and I thought I was just like the bee's knees. I was like, I have broken the curse. I can do this now. And as soon as I thought I had it together, I killed it.
Yeah. For me, it's succulents. And every time I try to blame it on, I say to people all the time, I'm like Pinterest lies and all of those where they like show the succulents like in a bathroom or like other places that don't have light. And then like they need a lot more light than you think they do. All of mine always end up stretching or they're not happy.
Same.
I really need grow lights for them. So now I have just like, you learn, right? You learn air plants aren't your thing. I know succulents are not my thing. And I have slowly migrated away from them. So
this is our annual reminder to all of you who think you're not plant people because you, quote, can't keep a cactus alive. Baby, most of us can't. You know why? Because we don't live in the desert. So it is not you. It is the plant. That's what we're going with. It is a little bit easier to keep your house more like a jungle than it is like a desert, I think, for most of them. So this is my reminder that just because you can't grow cactus doesn't mean that you can't grow anything. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. You can grow stuff.
You can.
Yeah. You can like basically kill a peace lily and then it'll come back. Yeah.
Jade plants, same way.
Yeah.
And like, you know, a piece of it falls off. You just like throw it on a pot. It'll root by itself. Like,
yeah, get you a pothos. Oh,
yes.
There we go.
Yep. There it is. Listen, I love a pothos, and I don't care if they're basic, and if everybody has them, they grow easy. I can string them up places. They make me feel like I'm an accomplished mother, and then I can abuse them, and then they come back. Yeah,
and fine. They let you know when they're thirsty.
Yes. Yes, and then they let me know, and then I still don't water them for another 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
And they say, it's okay, Mom, and they come right back.
Mom. Yeah. We look a little worse for wear. There's a lot of dead leaves on us, but we are back and ready to go. Okay, so this one's more of a Brett Feely one.
Oh, so, no. Okay.
How has working with plants changed the way you see time, seasons, or success?
Well, just like planting my trees that I have, how quickly they grow or they're not growing versus like with my children, right? My baby bur oak and having like pictures of my kids, like my kids help plant that little tree, right? To see how quick it's growing. I don't know. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that farming and really just working with plants in general, I think has reminded me that like there's times in life for different things, right? So we talk about winter, plants go dormant and they rest. And yet a lot of the time we're running around because it's a holiday season and things are crazy and there's just all of this stuff going on. But like really, if we followed the, the example that nature sets, we'd be relaxing and, there's less daylight and that's okay. And we're, hibernating a little bit. We're going dormant. We're doing the things. And then there'll be time for spring and regrowth and change and all of the newness and, thriving in the summer, except not me, because I'm a pale kid and I hate the heat. But there's always a time for it and like reflection and good things. So I think that we talked about, like, I don't like winter because I don't necessarily like the cold, but I appreciate winter more than I used to because it gives you time to rest and reflect in that way. So I think that's what like that has done for me. And success sometimes it just comes in really small things. Like I never used to be able to get something to germinate. I could never figure out how to get, larkspur to germinate, and now I can. And that's huge, like just those little changes. I could never get something to root, or I never got good cuts on something, or your tomatoes always got blight and now they, now you know how to spray for it, blah, blah, blah. So I think those like little successes that you can build off of are really so rewarding for such something that's like not huge, but there's like life there. Anyways, Brett, look what you've done to me. I'm in my feels. Okay, so we've already kind of answered this question, but what's a plant everyone thinks is easy that actually isn't easy?
I was going to say succulents. Yeah.
I would also say the fiddle leaf fig. I know that yours is beautiful.
I don't know what I do. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's just you, Jessica. It's just you and your vibes.
It like leans you have fiddle leaf vibes, and then it like it's really tall, and I like want to top. Like I kind of want to top it to see if I can get it to branch, but then I'm scared to top it. And so there we are. And
listen,
she's pretty tall right now. She's taller than me. So eventually, I mean, I got like 10-foot, 12-foot ceilings or whatever. So I guess,
you got
just
some time.
let it. It eventually is just gonna like look like Charlie Brown's tree though, and like droop over. I feel like
you maybe train it. You can like do the espalier with it or whatever, and like make it into some cool shapes or something. I like it. So yes, if you have killed a fiddle leaf fig, you are in good company. And
there are lots of people have. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I had 2. I killed the other one, so that makes you feel better.
Jessica. It does. I appreciate you. All right, question 11. If you could only give one piece of plant advice to beginners, what would it be?
Don't give up, because everybody can grow something. Even if you're not a houseplant person, you can grow some marigolds in a pot outside, and marigolds are lovely. And if you don't like the smell of them, there's something else we could find for you to grow. Or if you have no light, we can get you a ZZ plant. We can, like that. Everybody is always like, well, I can't grow anything. And I'm like, oh, I can find a plant for you.
Trust us. We can find you something. Yes. So if you want to be a plant person but don't think you can, shoot us an email and we'll help you out.
We can help you.
Yeah, DM us on Instagram at hortculturepodcast. Anyways, yes, I love that. My advice usually for beginners, whether it's house plants or farming or anything in between, is start small. Buy one inexpensive plant. Do not buy the expensive one. Buy one inexpensive plant that you know is going to be easy and build your confidence.
Yes.
If you're going to start farming and growing something, yes, maybe you plant 5 tomato plants, not 30 tomato plants, because 30 tomato plants is a lot of tomato plants. Please trust us on this. Grow in some pots and then maybe till up a garden or something.
Grow one ghost pepper. Each ghost pepper plant produces 75 or more individual ghost peppers. Don't grow 50. Speaking from experience. What are you going to do with all those ghost peppers?
Yes. Just trust us. Whatever you think you're going to do, and you're like, no, this is me like being reasonable. I want you to cut that in half. Okay?
Yes.
By at least half. And then
take our advice. We have already learned from our mistakes.
Yes. Trust us here. We are professionals. Okay.
We're professionals at buying too many plants.
We're professionals at buying and killing plants. Honestly. Maybe that's just what horticulture is. Okay. Question 12, what role do you think plants should play in addressing bigger issues like climate, food access, or mental health?
What role? Well, they're important, like very important.
Yes, we have this whole, I think, I don't know about other areas of the US, but in Kentucky there's this like push for this idea of food is medicine type thing, which yes, obviously eat a healthy diet, lots to go back behind there. But I would argue, and you've probably heard Brett and I say this before, that horticulture is medicine, because walking a nice shaded trail, watering your house plants, putting in some marigolds in your front bed, eating a good salad, whatever it is, name a way that you interact with plants, I think can be beneficial, unless it's poison ivy. And in that case, I don't know, maybe you go to the doctor for a checkup and they find something else. I don't know.
Right. That I was just working on, we have to do success stories where we write about successful extension events and things like that. We did a big tree planting project at our local park that doesn't really have a lot of trees. And we got like about 30 trees in the ground. And that is going to be so beneficial for so many different reasons besides just shade, a windbreak, reducing the temperature, but just aesthetically pleasing.
Yes.
Getting to see those
we
trees
enjoy
grow.
Green spaces. Like that, we're programmed
spaces
that way.
Yeah.
That's why there's parks and so many parks in cities and stuff like that. So yes, I think
plants are important.
Plants
Edible,
are friends.
Flowers, trees, everything.
Okay, question 13. What's your favorite underappreciated plant and why does it deserve more love?
Underappreciated. I'm trying to think of the plants like I have at home.
Crepe myrtles.
Crepe myrtles? Yeah, I feel like they get planted a lot.
They do get planted a lot, but I don't think people actually appreciate them.
But I will agree with you on that based on the white one that I have at my house. There was one that was being like mowed down. Excuse me. And I didn't know that's what it was. And I let it grow out and it's like blooms as big as my head or bigger.
Beautiful. I know. I like ever since you sent me a picture of your white crepe myrtle, I was like, I want a white crepe myrtle. Which we know in some areas they can be invasive. So if you are listening outside of Kentucky, please make sure you look at your invasive species list. Like butterfly bush is invasive in the New England area, which is shocking to me because it is not here in Kentucky.
It's really surprising, isn't it? It's like lantana becoming invasive, like further south you go. Another one that I just thought of that I've been looking a lot into, like screenings and stuff with evergreens that grow well in Kentucky.
Yep.
I'm losing my voice again, so excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me. But Eastern red cedar, which is a juniper, right? Like we don't think about that it's actually juniper. But it's beautiful. It gets a bad rep because it gets called like a weed tree because it grows everywhere because it can grow everywhere. Think about it that way.
Yes.
Think about like, I have a horrible location. Nothing will grow here. Better Eastern red cedar will. They have beautiful berries on them. They are a little slow growing. They get a bad rep because they can have cedar apple rust. Cedar, carry that. But I think it's like if you are growing apple trees, which we've already discussed that Alexis is not, and mine are struggling bad. They only have to be so many yards away to reduce that risk. So, but that one I think is really underappreciated.
I would agree with you there.
If you're in Kentucky, start noticing them this time of year.
Yeah,
like there's some huge
you want to plant
ones.
an arborvitae because you want some like privacy or for whatever all the reasons people want to plant arborvitae in Kentucky at least. No, you don't. Please trust us on this. It will die. It's going to die. So plant an Eastern red cedar. They're very similar shapes. You can prune them up very nice and it will live and have pretty berries and not crazy bagworms. So
and the deer won't eat it.
And the deer won't eat it. Yes, just trust us on this. If you're in other areas and other states, you probably can grow arborvitae no problem. But if you're in Kentucky, no, you can't. Okay? All right. Trust us.
Just no.
Just no. The answer is no. All right. Let's see. This is question 14. So getting there. How do you balance the science of horticulture with the art and intuition of growing? This is that common question. This reminds me of the we've talked about before, the people who are like they want to water their plants on a schedule, and then there's like us who are like, looking at it, it probably doesn't need it. There's
this is also, or at least this is my problem with selecting and designing landscape of my own is that I think other people would be like, oh, just go and you want a screen? Get some white pine. But I'm like, I can't do the white pine because they get white pine decline. And then I just start going through all
I
the
know
things.
too much. I know too much
because in our line of work, we're like detectives, and we often find people's declining trees, and then we have to figure out like why they are dying. And that's when we see, we see the sick side of trees and stuff sometimes rather than the healthy side. So I think that like trying to balance that of like the science part, like, oh, I know all these diseases this plant can get, but it would look beautiful.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to get the disease, and
exactly.
I totally get that. Or like how you prune something, or there is that, like, you kind of have to shut off your brain sometimes to just be like, just plant it. It's fine. Just plant it. It's fine. Like, maybe they're a little bit too close together, but is it going to be fine? Yes. So the answer to how do you balance it? We really don't do it well. We just try.
We struggle.
All right. Back in the fields. Question 15. What's something plants have taught you about yourself?
About myself. I guess they like to be patient with things.
Yeah, you do have a lot of patience. I think there's something the have taught me that I have like control issues, but also have taught me to just let them go and let it happen. So honestly, in a lot of ways, I think plants have taught me that I am capable of doing things that I wouldn't be able to in other situations. So it's gonna be like, hey, you waited for those seeds to germinate for like 3 weeks, those Lysianthus, so you can wait for your package to show up, like, or something more potentially more serious than that. But like you made it through all of your something, crop dying, you can make it through this.
Right. All your transplants died on accident. It's okay. We can figure this out, get through it, get stuff reseeded, and
forgiving yourself.
And you know what? You might not have the first tomatoes of the year, but that's okay, because when nobody else has tomatoes, because theirs are all done for the season, you're still going to have them.
There you go.
So trying just to look on the brighter side of it.
Yeah. Sometimes the plants will be like, listen, just follow our lead. We've got this.
Yep.
Okay. If you weren't working with plants, what do you think you'd be doing instead? I honestly don't know.
I don't know at this point either. I try to think back of like, what did I want to do before I dove into this world?
Oh, actually, I do know what I would want to do. I said it the other night. If I was to choose a new career now or to redo it, not that I would not choose plants, but like for some reason, if I couldn't choose plants, you know what I would do? I'd become a farrier.
Oh.
I would love to be a farrier. Cows, horses, I don't care. I would love to be a farrier. I've always thought it was cool. My dad used to trim our horses' hooves, and I was fascinated as a child. I watch them videos like of these hooves that are just not great. Like,
I also enjoy watching those videos. I don't know why, but I do. I always wanted to do something with animals. I don't know what that would be at this point in my life. But I always did. And I was like, maybe I would just like have cows, keep my cows or something like that.
She'd be a hardcore cattle farmer out here just ruling the world.
Right.
I love that we were like, we love watching hoof trimming videos.
I know. Why do I like watching that? But I do.
Okay. What's the most unexpected place plants have shown up in your life or career? I don't know. That's a hard one.
It's hard.
Because it's like everything about our lives and careers kind of are focused around plants. Like, I don't know about you, but I've kind of made it my entire identity. So.
Right. That like, there's like a house plant almost in every room in my house, or like vegetable, all the plant things. What about, did we already say this? This kind of like maybe ties in. What's like an unexpected plant that you can grow that you never thought like you would be able to grow? Like, you're like, oh my gosh, like, how am I growing this and nobody else can grow this one?
Oh, well, I don't know if, I want to say nobody else, but I know a lot of people,
challenging.
Yeah, challenging. I have cracked the code on string of pearls and string of hearts. Listen,
see, I've killed those. So
I killed many, and then I cracked the code, and now they're everywhere. And I like trim them off because they get so long, and I just throw them on top of pots. And
what's the code?
Listen, it's extra making your own soil media, and not like, oh, I make my own soil media. I mean, like, you get your Pro Mix or your whatever, your potting soil of choice, and you add more perlite. It's like 1 part soil mix, 2 parts perlite, and your soil mix already has some perlite in it. You add more, and a shallow pot. Shallow pot. Yep,
Okay.
That's the key. And some light right on the top of the pot. That's the key.
Okay. Good to know.
Now you know.
Mine is my caletheia that I have.
Yes, you do have a good one.
I think I just found the right spot in my house for it, and I never let that soil get completely dry. And
just
and she's
that intuition
happy.
takes over, and you're
she's
like, I
happy.
got this.
But yeah, that's the one. If the kids mess with it, I'm just like, don't you touch that plant. Now, my poor Christmas cactuses, they've been accidentally propagated. That's okay, because they can handle that.
Right, exactly. But don't touch my caletheia.
Yeah, that rattlesnake caletheia.
Well, we got just a few more, and we're about at normal time. So, question 18, what plant story, success or failure, still makes you laugh? I feel like we probably have 100 of these.
Yeah.
But like on the spot.
Like, I don't know why this one's like popping in my head, and it's just I like one of the first little plants I ever had that my youngest brother like said he would water it for me when I was gone was just like a hyacinth bulb. And that was my first experience. I don't know why this popped in my head of like, when we say bulbs don't like wet feet, they will let you know, because he watered it every day for me.
Oh,
and it rotted. And I don't know why that. Yeah. But I mean, I've done things like that as well. Watered things too much.
But it makes you laugh thinking about your brother who thinks he's doing the right thing, and then you're like, oh, he killed it, actually.
Yeah.
Is it your younger brother?
Yes. Yeah. He was trying to be sweet and nice and help water that little plant for me. But I have killed lots of plants, or I'm trying to think of any of the ones
I know we've had. I think it's not really it's a plant story, but it's not a plant, but it still makes me laugh. Is your and mine
blueberries?
Photo. Oh, well, yeah. Oh God. See, I'm telling you, like, as we think about them, they're coming up. Blueberries is a good one, but I was going to say our the cover for our rap album.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That could be the photo for this episode.
We'll have to find that one. Jessica and I taught a apple grafting class back in the day, and we were demonstrating pruning on some really old trees. And so there's a photo somebody took of us, and we're both in like it was winter, so we're in our big like Carhartt jackets and stuff, and we both have sunglasses on and like our stunna shades, and we're like sitting back in the tree, and we just both look real serious. And we're holding our pruners, and it just looks like the cover of like a early 2000s rap album.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, pretty proud of that one. That one always makes me laugh, and I just like remember the whole thing of it. Okay, question 19. How do you stay inspired when growing starts to feel like work instead of joy?
I talk to other plant lover friends who who know what I'm talking about or what I'm dealing with, and I can vent to and know my plant language that I'm talking, right? That helps a lot.
Yes, find your plant tribe for sure. Like, even if the only thing you ever talk about is your garden, like those are your people for that conversation. Yes. And the weather and the fact that it's hot and you're miserable, and it happens. It happens to all of us during the year, sometimes multiple times a year. And it floods, or it's then suddenly dry, and just nothing seems to be working, or you have mealybugs on everything, or you got weeds, or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's a good tip. Find your people, and we can be your people if you need to send us an email or a DM and say that you are struggling. We'll be like, girl, preach. Been there. All right. And then last question 20. What does horticulture mean to you beyond just growing plants? So the horticulture is our our podcast name, the culture of horticulture. Mm-hmm. And so I think that we really try to, it's in the intro, but like there's more to this than just production, which is of course something I love to talk about. And just from seed all the way to harvest and all of the things and the bugs in the soil. And that's where I am fond. But to channel our Brett and our Ray into this conversation, it's history and it's family and it's, mental health, and there's whether it's good or bad depending on the time of year.
Right.
But it's, it's resistance and growing your own food and, or just the pot of marigolds on your porch that just make you happy every time you unlock your door.
It's kind of wild for me personally. Like I've built a whole life around it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like I met my husband at the horticulture research farm, right? He got a degree in animal science, right? Like, but he was there working at that farm, and everything from our own farm to now our kids and all of that, like horticulture is in every part of my life, basically.
Yep.
And I would have never thought that, like, if you told that to the little kid who was like, plants are boring, I want to do stuff with animals. And they're like, well, you're going to like have a whole life around plants. So I would be like, you're silly. You don't know what you're talking about.
I remember when I went to I don't know if it was my 10-year class reunion or 5-year or whatever. I went to something where people I knew in high school were there, and they said, I would have never in 100 years said that you were going to like do plants for a living. And I said, same.
Right.
Like, not that I disliked them. I enjoyed plants, but it just never was something I even thought was a possibility. And, so to be here where I am now, right, where my whole life just kind of revolves around plants. And we're recording this before Christmas, and we're literally planning if we're going to go, what day we're going to go for Christmas, our holiday Christmas or with our families around the weather, because we have to do things out in the fields. And so we need to make sure that the weather is going to work, not because we can't drive in it, but because we might need to be home to pop open a greenhouse or something.
Right.
So
yeah,
your whole life, and, no regrets, but it is funny that's the way it is. But all right, guys, that's our 20 questions. We hope you enjoyed them. Jessica, any lasting words?
Plants are cool. You all know that, though.
You wouldn't be here otherwise. And if you've listened to this whole thing, hopefully you've gotten some laughs out of it or some surprises, or maybe we're exactly the people you thought we were. And you know what? I'm okay with that. That's great.
Yeah. Or maybe you're just like, wow, they are right. They are way cooler than Brett and Ray.
Preach. We will take that. Write that in your review. 5 stars. Jessica and Alexis are the coolest hosts. And we will not be starting a podcast by ourselves, but it's good to know that you wish we would. Like I said, lie to me. It's fine. We have to beat them. Listen to our episodes.
It is a competition.
It's a competition. It's not really, we love them so much, but also
they don't realize it's a competition, but
they don't know it's a competition. And they will probably have already recorded their episodes as they're listening to this episode. And so I hope they know it's a competition, unless we're losing. And in that case, we're just cool. We're just friends. Yeah. Like, God, it's not that big a deal.
But we got to win.
Anyways, follow us on Instagram at Hortculture Podcast. If you need to send us an email, you've got questions about how Jessica grows her fiddly fig and what vibes she sends to it, you can shoot us an email down there, and we will make sure that Jessica shares her wisdom and doesn't lie to you about the secret sauce that is her fiddly fig vibes. But we hope you enjoyed it, and we hope that you keep listening, and we hope you have a good winter that is not full of seasonal depression. And I'm going to keep saying that all winter long. So, you're welcome. But anyways, see you later.